Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I am going to be sharing the fragrances that I am super excited to wear this fall season. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on all things girly, especially videos on smelling good. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I appreciate your support so much. With that said, let's get right into today's video. Alright guys, so I have been doing a lot of fall content, but it has been more like creating scenarios and giving you fragrances that go with that type of theme. So those are the ones that I have been doing that are titled Escape To, and I give you guys a different place and I give you the fragrances that I think are great for that type of setting. But in today's video is going to be more of the fragrances that I'm just excited to wear this fall season, just in general. And there's some new releases in here. There's fragrances that I haven't grabbed in a while that I want to wear this fall. So let's get right into it. So the first one that I am really excited to talk about, because I wasn't crazy about this fragrance when I first got it. My review was kind of like, I was trying to find the good in it, but something about it, I just wasn't really like in love with it. And this is Eilish by Billie Eilish. So here is the bottle. And I have been wearing this fragrance a lot. The month just started and I already put a dent into this bottle. So you can see, yeah, that's a pretty big dent. And this is just the 1 ounce bottle, I think. So I'm probably going to finish this season for sure. But this to me is like a very fresh, spicy vanilla. It's not your typical cupcake vanilla. It's not super duper sweet. There is sweetness in there, but there's also spices, so it kind of balances out, and it's not too much of like a sweet cupcake vanilla. It's not like that. I am starting to like it so much more, and I already have a layering combo for this fragrance that I am going to do at the end of the month. I'm going to share all of the layering combos that I did throughout the month, but I found something for this fragrance that I am super in love with, and it's a nice like cuddling scent, or just a scent that you can wear to bed. You can wear it every day when it's a little bit more chilly outside. I'm not sure if I would wear it here during the day to go out since it's so hot here, but somewhere where it's a little bit more cool, I would definitely wear this every day. The next two I got sent to me from Dior, and I am so excited to play more with them this fall season, and that is Fève Délicieuse and Vanilla Diorama. So here are the bottles. I have the small bottles, and I actually prefer that because I don't like to get the huge bottles of fragrances unless I know that it's one of like my all-time favorite fragrances. Then I'll get a big bottle, but I love these smaller bottles because I can finish the perfume quicker, and then if I love it, I will repurchase. If not, then it's fine. Fève Délicieuse to me is so good, and the longer it sits in my collection, I feel like it's getting more vanilla in there. It's getting more concentrated, more dense. There's cherry in here, but the way that the cherry is done in here, it's like very grown up to me. I feel like sometimes, maybe this is just me, but I feel like sometimes cherry can lean a little bit more, not juvenile, but I feel like more playful and flirty. So depending on how the fragrance is mixed, usually I get those vibes, but this one gives like very grown up vibes. And there are so many notes in this fragrance that I wouldn't expect to be in here. There's lavender in here, there's cherry, there's caramel in this fragrance, there's even mint in this fragrance, and I don't really pick up on the mint. Maybe I do. It does give it kind of like this fresh vibe along with the bergamot in the opening, and the lavender, it does create like a fresh opening, and then it starts getting deeper, more intense, more rich. So the opening is very different from the way that it does dry down, and the way that it dries down is definitely more on the gourmand side, and it's a little darker. There's tonka bean, there's cacao in here, praline, milk, There's just so many notes in this fragrance, and I'm super, super excited to play with this one some more this fall season and also for winter. I know that it will be great for that. And then Vanilla Diorama is, to me, there are similarities between these two, but they're still different enough to own both. Vanilla Diorama is definitely more on the fresh, bright side, more for like daytime, where this one I feel like would be great for evening wear. This one just is a little bit brighter. It's nice for a fall or winter day. Definitely not super casual to me. It's a little bit tiny bit more dressed up. So this one opens up with orange, pink pepper, and lemon. And then there's rum in here. There's cardamom, which I love cardamom, cacao, bourbon, vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. So the Fève Délicieuse is going to dry down more into that creamy, milky vanilla. There's cherry in there. And then this one is definitely more on the spicy side. It has a little bit of like a green side to it as well. When I first got this fragrance, I liked it, but I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to wear it here, because when I first sprayed this fragrance, this is intense. I feel like 2 to 3 sprays of this and you're good to go with this one. But now it's like I'm used to it and I'm liking it, and I actually crave the scent. So it's definitely more of like a fresh, bright vanilla. And there's also booziness in there because of the rum. So it is a very unique vanilla to me. It's very different, and I'm very excited to play with this one as well. Next up, of course, this one's just a little bit obvious. I feel like it's a must-have for fall time, and this is Kayali's Vanilla. It is just vanilla extract, sugary, brown sugar, sweet, so good. You can wear this by itself, or you can layer it with other fragrances, but this for fall and winter is definitely a must-have. So this is just, the bottle is beautiful, and when I am done with this bottle, this is one that I want, like the big boy. I want the 3.4 fluid ounce bottle of this because I just love it so much. It is definitely a must-have for me in fall time and in winter time. I'm already wearing this one. It's just a good one. It's just a basic vanilla, but then somehow it's not basic. I don't know how to explain it, but if you have smelled this fragrance, you know what I mean. Think of like Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla, if you've ever smelled that, but way more concentrated. For me, it's longer lasting. I know some people say that this doesn't last on them, but I feel like on me, it lasts a pretty good amount of time. It's just like a very concentrated vanilla. It's really, really, really nice. So definitely a nice one for fall time. Another one from Kayali that I am excited to wear this fall is their latest release, and this is Love Fest Burning Cherry. Super excited to wear this one this fall. This fragrance has cherry. So when this fragrance was first released, I feel like we were all super duper excited because of a cherry fragrance. Cherry is kind of trending right now, but I was surprised when I found that I do get the cherry in here. It's a beautiful cherry scent, but I also get a lot of woodiness in here. There's Palo Santo in here, which comes through very, very, to me, it's like very strong, but in a really nice way. And something funny that I have been noticing lately is that when people describe Palo Santo, I feel like everyone kind of gets like a different vibe from Palo Santo. To me, Palo Santo is a woody note, but it's like a softer, smoother type of woody note to me, almost as if there was a powdery effect, but not super powdery. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I have heard people describe it in so many other different ways. And if you go to Fragrantica and you look at the main accords for this fragrance, powdery is not listed on there. So I'm not saying it's a powdery fragrance, but Palo Santo to me just gives like this soft, powdery touch. I don't know why I get that from it, but I really love this and I can't wait to start wearing it this fall. Next up is one that I got a few months ago, and I'm just so excited to wear it for fall time. This is Maison Francis Cric de Jean Gentle Fluidity Gold. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I love the bottle of it, and the scent of this is so nice. So when this first opens up, I feel like there is a slight similarity to those fragrances like Roses Vanille from Mancera, I believe. Some people also compare it to Montel's Intense Cafe. So you definitely get that vibe of like Roses Vanille, Intense Cafe for sure. But to me, I feel like in Gentle Fluidity Gold, it is a little smoother. It's not as in your face, because the reason why I never really got a full bottle of none of those fragrances is because I felt like it was super sugary sweet, and then get like that rose. I feel like there was just a lot of things that were like very strong all at once, but I feel like this one is definitely smoother, and then that opening starts to fade, and then Gentle Fluidity Gold starts turning into its own fragrance. So to me, on my skin, it doesn't stay the same way the entire time. It starts to dry down into this very sweet vanilla, and it just mixes with my skin so good. I haven't given this one too much use because when I did get this fragrance, I think it was spring, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, this is gonna get used for fall time for sure. It's sweet, but then it's airy at the same time. It's a little woody, it's a little powdery, but in the dry down, it just turns into this really comforting vanilla scent. It's sweet, it's just really, really nice. So that is Gentle Fluidity Gold. This next fragrance is not a new release, and this fragrance has been out for quite a while, but I used to really enjoy this fragrance and I haven't picked it up in forever. So this is Versace Crystal Noir, and this is the EDT version because I didn't really enjoy the EDP version too much. It was a little too peppery, and I think it was gardenia that was in there, and it was just like really loud. But in here, it's definitely not as strong, even though it's still very long lasting and it's very powerful. It's like this fragrance, to me, it's unlike anything that you have in your collection. This is a very unique fragrance. It's very different. It's very polarizing. There's people that cannot stand this fragrance. To me, it reminds me a lot of when I first started really getting into fragrances. This was one of the ones that I didn't see no reviews on it. I was barely watching YouTube videos about fragrance. I was more into watching makeup, and I would watch fragrance videos, but it was more like, you know, here and there. And I would walk into Ulta and I would just sniff things on my own. When I saw this one and I smelled it, it gave me like two vibes at once. It gave me like a dark, mysterious, seductive vibe, but then it also had like a clean vibe at the same time. It's really, really nice. This one's definitely one that I would wear in the evening, not during the daytime. And yeah, it's so, so good. And I definitely pick up the violet that's in here, but it's like kind of in the background. And I also get the tuberose, and then I get the sandalwood, the cashmere, and the vanilla. It's like this powdery vibe to this scent, but then it's also deep, dark, sexy. I find that like a very sexy fragrance. I definitely feel like this is a great fragrance to wear during fall time. If you want a very long lasting fragrance, something that you would use when you're a little bit more dressed up, this is definitely a nice one to look into, especially if you love unique fragrances. Like, you don't really enjoy those fragrances that are like crowd pleasing and things like that. You would probably enjoy this fragrance. My EDT bottle is, I've had it for about 3 years, or maybe, yeah, I think 3 years. But yeah, I've had this one for 3 years, and I have been hearing around YouTube and the internet and things like that that they changed the formulation of the EDT. So I am not sure how it would smell now if they reformulated it. I don't know, but basing myself off of the one that I've had for a long time, I really, really enjoy this, and the performance is crazy long, it's powerful, it's beast mode. It's a really nice fragrance. Next up is a new release, and I'm super, super excited to wear this one this fall, and this is Prada Paradox. So I got this one, I reviewed it, I put it on my tray, so I'm definitely gonna start wearing it. But I love everything about this fragrance, the bottle, the color of the juice inside. I feel like it's very girly and classy, but fun at the same time. This one is like a mixture of all of your favorite designer fragrances all in one fragrance. So when I first sprayed this fragrance, it did remind me of Giorgio Armani's My Way. And in my review, I mentioned that it was more like the My Way Intense because of that citrusy opening. It opens up almost like with that bubblegummy touch that My Way has, but then when this starts to dry down, it's crazy. I got like phases of different scents. So I did get the My Way, and then when it started to dry down kind of like in the mid, I got Libre vibes, and then finally it dries down into this beautiful, it's kind of like sweet. It still keeps a little bit of the citrus in the dry down, The orange blossom kind of lingers in the dry down as well. And then it just turns into like this ambery, vanilla, musky, beautiful fragrance. And the longevity of this fragrance is amazing. The reviews for this fragrance on Fragrantica, honestly, I feel like they were very brutal with this fragrance. They were calling it like generic, boring. It wasn't good. But I feel like the same thing happened with Giorgio Armani's My Way. I remember when that fragrance first came out, everyone was criticizing the bottle, that it was ugly, that it was a generic scent. And then now I feel like My Way is a must-have in a lot of people's collections. I can understand how some people might think it's generic, yes, because it does have similarities to designer fragrances, but we have to keep in mind that not everyone has 100 bottles of perfume. Not everyone has been collecting fragrances for 4 or 5 years, for example. So if you have someone who's just now getting into fragrances and they're walking into Sephora and they just want a nice fragrance to start off with their collection, this would be something that they would consider really, really beautiful. They would be impressed by it. The performance is good. The longevity is amazing. So there's really nothing bad that I would say about this fragrance. If you want something that's a little bit more unique and different and not designer-like, that's when you have to kind of cross over into the niche world, which niche fragrances for me, I'm getting into them little by little, but there's definitely some that are no for me. Like, I'm still not there. I enjoy these types of fragrances. They're easy to pick up, put on, and you know that you're gonna smell good. You're gonna smell sexy, girly, feminine. So I'm very excited to wear this fragrance for fall. Next fragrance that I'm super excited to wear this fall is Alien Goddess Intense. They definitely amped up the jasmine in here. There's definitely more amber in here. It's warmer. It's not that beachy coconut and vanilla type of scent. It's definitely stronger. It opens up with the Alien Goddess right from the get-go, kind of like the original, but then it's kind of like those notes start coming in. The vanilla, the benzoin, the jasmine tea gives it like this very, to me, it gives it a very sophisticated and like fancy type of feel to it. I feel like this one would be really nice for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, and it lasted way longer than the original Goddess, so I'm very, very excited to try this one. This is like a jasmine vanilla type of fragrance that I would wear in the evening, to dinner, to go out. Next one I'm super excited for is this Hermetica A Pear, which I did a review on. This was sent to me by Twisted Lily. I am so grateful that I got this fragrance because I love this. This smells like apple picking, like doing fun things during fall time. It's fruity, but then it still has like that fall touch to it. It's so good. And this fragrance doesn't have alcohol, so if this falls in your hair or if you wear it on your skin, it's not going to dry out your skin or harm your skin. So I really like that about it. It's very oily. It moisturizes the skin a lot. And the scent of this one, this is my favorite Hermetica fragrance that I have tried. Up to now, I have sampled, I think, 2 other ones. I'm so excited for this one. And this is a fall fragrance that you can definitely wear in warmer climates. So I know that a lot of you guys that follow me, there's some of you that live here in Puerto Rico as well. There's some of you who live in warmer climates. I'm thinking about doing a must-have fall fragrances for warm climate. So you can kind of get like the fall vibe, but it's not super heavy. I think that that would be a great idea. Let me know if you would like that video. Yeah, that's definitely what this one makes me think of. Of course, I am so excited to bring out my Killian Angel share. And if you guys watched my videos last year on this fragrance, I fell in love with it when I sampled it. I got it. I just had to have it. And for my Puerto Rican people that watch me, this makes me think of coquito season. Making coquito, the spices that you use while you're making coquito, that's just kind of what it makes me think of. I know people say that this smells like an apple pie, and I can get that, but for some reason I pick up more of the booziness in this fragrance, and I just get a ton of the vanilla spiciness, so it just makes me think of that. And coquito, for the people that don't know what it is, it's the Puerto Rican version of eggnog. In my opinion, I love it way more. It's made with coconut milk and condensed milk. We make that for Christmas. So starting like the end of November, we start making it. And you have to make like a spice tea that's going to go into the drinks. So in there you put cinnamon sticks, you put cloves, and that aroma that comes out when you're making it, this just makes me think about that. The way my kitchen is smelling right now, so good. I can only do like 2 sprays of this because if I remember last year I wore this on Christmas Eve and I oversprayed and it was driving me crazy. It's super long lasting. It's very powerful. It's beast mode. It's like it projects. So this year when I wear it, I'm literally just gonna, and that's it. And maybe like one on my wrist so I can smell it. But beautiful fragrance if you love cinnamon. If you do not like cinnamon, you're not going to like this at all. But if you love cinnamon and you like that spicy vibe, that fall type of scent, you would enjoy this one. And the last fragrance that I am super excited to wear this fall is another new release, and this is YSL's Libre Le Parfum. I'm so excited to wear this. I had been testing my travel size, so I haven't touched this one at all, but they did their thing with this fragrance. Like, they fixed the things that I didn't like about it. The lavender is a little bit more muted. You still get it, but it's not as sharp and as masculine as the original Libre. And when that honey starts coming out, there's saffron in here. The original Libre to me was a little screechy. It just didn't hit right. Like, I know once I moved back to the States, I would probably enjoy it, but living here, Libre didn't work for me. This one is amazing. I cannot wait to wear it. It has beautiful, beautiful notes in it. They did such a great job. And this is a perfect scent to wear fall and winter. It's beautiful. This is definitely that fragrance that you want to bring out like for date night or to go to a dinner, somewhere that you want to feel very sexy, more towards nighttime. It would be really, really nice for that. So those are the fragrances that I am super, super excited to wear this fall season. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so, so much for spending time with me. Comment down below what are the fragrances that you are excited to wear this fall season, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.